Hi everyone, I'm Bubbles from Susan's family. Today, I'll show you a sweet cone egg bag, bare version. This product consists of upper and lower parts. Start with the lower part first. After completing it, move on to the upper part. Let's start learning how to crochet the lower part. It includes the cone, the net bag, the drawstring, and the lace trim. Most of this product is presented in the form of a chart. Next, I'll teach you how to recognize the chart. In the table, R plus number represents the round number. H plus number represents the row number. Stitch instructions column indicates the stitch techniques needed when crocheting the current round, as well as any increases or decreases. The total stitches column shows all the stitches for the current round, the total number of stitches after completing all crocheting. Let's start by learning how to crochet the cone. Use the magic ring technique. Crochet in rounds counterclockwise from the starting chain. The stitch techniques used include X single crochet, V 2 single crochets into the same stitch. Now, let's show. Take out the corresponding color yarn. For convenience in watching, I will demonstrate using yarn in a different color. For specific yarn and color schemes, as well as the hook size, please refer to the detail page of our product and the paper instructions. Start with an adjustable magic ring. Then crochet the first round. Make 1 beginning chain. Crochet 4 single crochets into the large space of the magic ring. You can mark the first stitch if you like. If you can find the first stitch easily, you don't have to mark it. Use a stitch marker if you have one to mark it. If you don't have a stitch marker, you can use a safety pin or a paperclip instead. This won't be repeated in later steps. After crocheting, close the loop tightly. Then join with a slip stitch to the first single crochet, which is the stitch you marked. Pull tight. This completes the first round. Now let's move on to the second round. Make 1 beginning chain. Start with the 2 single crochets into the same stitch. Work it in the same position as the slip stitch. While crocheting, make sure to weave in the yarn tail. Then continue working 2 single crochets into the same stitch, along the stitches from the previous round. Work this round completely. After finishing, join with a slip stitch to the first single crochet. Pull tight. The side with the starting chain yarn tail is the wrong side. The other side is the right side. You can also place a marker on the right side for reference. When crocheting, always keep the right side facing out. This completes the second round. Now let's move on to the third round. Make 1 beginning chain. Next, work the stitches in parentheses as a group. Parentheses indicate that the stitches are worked together as one group. Times a number indicates the number of times to repeat the pattern. Start with the first group. Work 1 single crochet. Then work 1-2 single crochets into the same stitch. This completes the group in parentheses. Continue working in groups. Crochet all the way down to finish this round. Finish with a slip stitch. Tighten the yarn. This completes the third round. Below, follow the chart and continue crocheting until you complete the sixth round. Later, you will encounter rounds with no increases or decreases. This means one stitch corresponds to one stitch worked. The number of stitches after completing this round will be the same as the previous round. Below, complete it on your own. After finishing, move on to crochet the seventh round. Here, I'll demonstrate using the original yarn. Moving forward, you need to follow the stitch pattern chart while watching. Start by making one beginning chain. Work 3 single crochets first. Then work 1 front post double crochet, 2 stitches together. First, pick the first single crochet from round 5. Work an incomplete front post double crochet. With the hook on the right side, go from right to left. Insert it into this single crochet stitch. Then pull the yarn through. Slightly enlarge the loop. Yarn over again. Pull through the first 2 loops on your hook. That's how you complete an incomplete front post double crochet. Next, continue with round 5. Skip 2 stitches. Pay attention. Here is a 2 single crochets into the same stitch. That means these 2 stitches. Then work another incomplete front post double crochet. Yarn over and draw through all loops on the hook once. This completes the decrease with a front post double crochet, 2 stitches together. Next, skip 1 single crochet. Then work 3 single crochets. Once done, work another front post double crochet, 2 stitches together. First, at the same insertion point as the second incomplete stitch of the previous front post double crochet, 2 stitches together. Work an incomplete stitch. Next, skip 2 stitches, then work 1 more. Yarn over and draw through all loops on the hook once. This completes another front post double crochet, 2 stitches together. Now, continue following this method. Refer to the pattern. Work this round completely. Finish with a slip stitch. Pull tight. This completes the 7th round. Next, we will crochet the 8th round. Make 1 beginning chain. Start with the 2 single crochets into the same stitch. Then work 4 single crochets. After that, work another 2 single crochets into the same stitch. Continue to refer to the pattern. Work this round completely. Finish with a slip stitch. Pull tight. This completes the 8th round. Next, we will crochet the 9th round. Make 1 beginning chain. Start with 2 single crochets. Then work 1 front post double crochet, 2 stitches together. Begin on the last front post double crochet, 2 stitches together of the 7th round. Work an incomplete single crochet, insert the hook and work the entire stitch pattern. Next, on the 2nd front post double crochet, 2 stitches together. Work another incomplete single crochet. Then yarn over and draw through all loops once. After finishing, skip 1 stitch. Crochet 1-2 single crochets into the same stitch. Then work 2 more single crochets. Follow with another front post double crochet, 2 stitches together. Pay attention to refer to the pattern for stitch insertion. Finish by completing this round. When crocheting later, be mindful of the positions for some 2 single crochets into the same stitch. You need to work one of the stitches as a corresponding front post double crochet, 2 stitches together. That is, after finishing the front post double crochet, 2 stitches together. There's no need to skip any stitches. Complete this round all the way down. After finishing, join with a slip stitch and pull tight. This completes the 9th round. Next, everyone refer to the pattern. Work the 10th round evenly without increasing or decreasing. After completing it, move on to crochet the 11th round. Make 1 beginning chain. Start by crocheting 2 single crochets in sequence. Then work a front post double crochet. Pick up from the corresponding front post double crochet, 2 stitches together of the 9th round. Begin by working an incomplete stitch for this stitch. Then yarn over and draw through all loops once. This completes 1 front post double crochet. Next, work 2 more single crochets. Pay attention, there is no need for any skipped stitches here. Then continue by picking up from the same position as the previous front post double crochet. Work another front post double crochet. Continue to refer to the chart and complete this round completely. After finishing, join with a slip stitch. Pull tight. This completes the 11th round. Next, we will work on the 12th round. Let's take a look first. Each stitch has these 2 loops. The loop closer to you is the front loop. The one farther away is the back loop. For this round, we will be working in the front loops only. Start with 1 beginning chain. Then work 1 single crochet into the front loop. followed by 1-2 single crochets into the same stitch also in the front loop. Continue to complete this round. After finishing, pick up the stitch and work a slip stitch as usual. Tighten the yarn. This completes the 12th round. Next, we will work on the 13th round. Start with 1 beginning chain. For this round, you need to turn the piece before crocheting. Turn the work over, bring the wrong side facing you. Begin by working slip stitches along the stitches. Pay attention, the slip stitches here form an oval shape. This means not to pull too tight. After turning the work, the stitch will be in the top left position. Continue to finish this round. Note, there is one more stitch, so don't miss it. After completing, pick up the braid of the first slip stitch and work a slip stitch. Tighten. This completes the 13th round. Next, let's work on the 14th round. Make 1 beginning chain. This round also requires turning the piece. Have the right side of the fabric facing you? Take a look. The braid closest to you belongs to the 12th round stitch. The braid further away from you is from the slip stitch of the 13th round. Follow along the braid of the slip stitch. Work single crochets into each stitch in sequence. Work this round completely. Finish with a slip stitch. Pull tight. This completes the 14th round. Leave a bit of tail and fasten off the yarn. Hide the yarn tail on the wrong side. Up to this point, the egg cup has been fully explained. Next, let's learn how to crochet the net bag. Continue crocheting upward along the corresponding circle of the egg cup. The new stitch technique used here is double crochet. Now, let's show. Take the corresponding color of yarn. Let's take a look first. Behind the 12th round of single crochets, there are horizontal bars like these. Pick any stitch from the 12th round to join the yarn. Note: do not pick up the remaining half stitches from the 11th round. Then work 6 chain stitches. Then skip 4 stitches. Continue by picking up a bar from the back. Work 1 slip stitch. Then work 6 chain stitches. Then skip 4 stitches again. Work 1 slip stitch. Continue in this way to complete this round. After finishing the last 3 chains, work 1 double crochet to join at the joining position. That's how you complete the first round. Now let's move on to the second round. Start with 6 chain stitches. In this round, you'll work slip stitches into the chain spaces from the previous round. Work 6 chain stitches in between. Continue all the way down to finish this round. After finishing the last 3 chains on the previous round, work 1 double crochet onto the connecting double crochet. That completes the second round. Next, everyone continue to refer to the pattern. Finish the last 2 rounds as well. The crocheting method is identical to the second round. After completing, leave a yarn tail, fasten off, and weave in the ends. That concludes the net bag tutorial. Now let's crochet the drawstring. Take out the same yarn used for the net bag. Crochet a chain braid to the corresponding length. Refer to the pattern for the exact length. My sample is shorter. After crocheting, leave a yarn tail of about 10 centimeters and fasten off. Next, take the drawstring and thread it through the chain spaces of the last round of the net bag one by one. Finally, thread the yarn tail into a darning needle. Connect the head and tail of the chain braid. Securely join the beginning and ending. Lastly, hide the yarn tail. Make sure to also hide the other yarn tail. That concludes the drawstring tutorial. Next, let's learn how to crochet the lace trim. We'll also use the magic ring method. Crochet along the ring. The new stitches we'll be using include half double crochet 3 stitches into the same stitch, half double crochet 4 stitches into the same stitch. Start with an adjustable magic ring. Next, crochet the first round. Make 1 beginning chain. Then work 4 single crochets into the large space of the magic ring. You can also place a marker if you like. I won't mark here for this example. After finishing, close the loop. Then slip stitch and pull tight. That completes the first round. Now, refer to the pattern chart and work the second round as well. The working method is identical to the second round of the cone shape. After completing it, move on to work row 3. Make 1 beginning chain, then follow the stitch pattern in the chart to crochet. After completing it, no need for a slip stitch. That completes row 3. Next, let's work on row 4. Make 1 beginning chain, turn your work. Then follow the stitch pattern in the chart to crochet. After finishing, row 4 is also completed. Moving forward, continue referring to the chart. Keep going all the way down to row 7. After finishing, start crocheting round 8. First, carry the yarn across to the third last stitch of row 7. Enlarge the loop. Then pass the working yarn or fabric through the loop. Pull tight. Next, draw the yarn through the corresponding stitch. The carrying yarn technique is now done. Next, work 1 half double crochet with 4 stitches in the last stitch. That means make 4 half double crochets in the same position. After completing the half double crochet, 4 stitches into the same stitch is done. Then move on to crochet along the side edge. Here you can pick up 1-2 strands of yarn from the side to crochet. Or you can pick up stitches to crochet. Start with 1 slip stitch. Then work 1 half double crochet 3 stitches into the same stitch. That means make 3 half double crochets in the same position. After finishing, crochet 3 slip stitches in sequence. After completing, move on to crochet along the other side. Start with 1 double crochet 4 stitches into the same stitch. That means make 4 double crochets in the same position. After finishing, continue crocheting along the edge. When you reach the position of the last row, continue crocheting along the last row. After completing the last slip stitch, leave a yarn tail of about 10 centimeters and cut the yarn. Tuck in the stitch with the starting stitch. Consider the right side of this round as the right side of the fabric. Finally, hide the yarn tail on the wrong side. That concludes the 8th round. That concludes the crocheting of the lace trim. Next, attach the lace to the starting position of the egg cylinder. Here, I'll demonstrate the position using a small sample. Make sure the right side of the fabric faces out. Align the starting position of the lace with the starting position of the egg cylinder. Roughly align them, then roll it slightly, left on top, right underneath. Now, let's show. Here, use a glue stick with a straight needle to secure it. If you have a hot glue gun at home, insert the glue stick into the glue gun and preheat before using. If not, you can use the inner flame of a lighter to melt the glue stick for securing. You can start by securing the beginning position first. Then proceed to fix it step by step. Pay attention to the wrapping area, where the right side is underneath. At the lace trim position, you can, according to your preference, dot a little bit to slightly secure it. Once secured, the lace border is finished. Up to this point, the lower part has also been explained. Next, let's learn how to make the upper part. It consists of a cover, expressions, ice cream ball, small flowers, chocolate bar, oranges, cream, and ears. Let's first learn how to crochet the cover, starting with section 1, section 2, section 3, and decorative strands. Start by crocheting section 1, then crochet section 2 and section 3 along section 1. After completion, embroider the decorative strands. Section 1 uses the chain ring method to start. Crochet in rounds counterclockwise from the starting point. The new stitch technique used is the invisible single crochet 2 stitches together. Now, let's show. First, crochet the corresponding number of chain stitches. Then connect to the first chain stitch. Pick up the back loop. Join with a slip stitch. That's how you complete the starting chain. Next, we'll crochet the first round. Make 1 beginning chain, then work 12 single crochets into the large space of the magic ring. Make sure to weave in the yarn tail as you go. If you can't find the right stitch here, you can mark it for reference. After completing, join with a slip stitch to the first single crochet, pull tight. That completes the first round. Next, continue following the chart all the way down to the 8th round. Keep crocheting until you finish the 8th round. Now let's move on to the 9th round. First, work 5 single crochets. Then make 1 invisible single crochet 2 stitches together. Insert your hook under the front loops of the next 2 single crochets on the left side and pull through. Now you should have 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops on your hook, yarn over again, and pull through. That completes 1 invisible single crochet 2 stitches together. Use this method for crocheting. This will make the gaps between stitches smaller. Next, continue referring to the pattern chart. Work this round completely. After finishing, join with a slip stitch. Pull tight. This completes the 9th round. After finishing, crochet the last round as well. When done, don't cut the yarn. Enlarge the loop. Or place a marker on the loop. That concludes section 1. Next, let's learn how to crochet section 2. Start with the first round. For this round, you need to join a new yarn and crochet. Refer to the chart. This round involves crocheting the half loops that are close to each other from the 9th and 10th rounds. Since the yarn is special, I will explain using cotton yarn here. The braid closer to you is the chain formed by the slip stitch. The braid further away from you is the stitch from the 9th round. For this round, you crochet the half loops that are close to both the slip stitch and the stitch. When you actually crochet, if you can't find the right position, you can pick one strand from the slip stitch and one strand from the back. Just pick and crochet 2 strands roughly. Insert the hook into the 2 strands simultaneously. Pay attention, the first stitch of the 9th round is a bit small. Don't miss it, everyone. Make 1 beginning chain, then pick the corresponding half loops to crochet. After finishing, join with a slip stitch. Pull tight. That's how you complete the first round. Next, continue to follow the form. Finish crocheting the remaining rounds of section 2. After completing, leave a bit of tail and fasten off yarn, then weave in ends. That concludes section 2. Now let's learn how to crochet section 3. Continue crocheting using the yarn tail from section 1. The new stitches used here include E treble crochet, T half double crochet, and F double crochet. Now, let's show. Continue crocheting from the loops of section 1. Pay attention. I will continue demonstrating with the sample swatch. This round involves picking up the remaining half stitches from the last round of section 1 and crocheting them. Make 1 beginning chain. Then turn your work over. Crochet the stitches inside the curly brackets. The curly brackets indicate a large sequence loop. Let's start with the first group. First, crochet 1 single crochet. Pick up the half stitch of the last stitch in the final round. Next, crochet the stitches inside the square brackets. Square brackets indicate crocheting in the same position. First, crochet 1 double crochet. Then, crochet 1 treble crochet in the same position. Yarn over twice. Insert. Pull through. Yarn over again. Draw through the first 2 loops. Repeat this 3 times. That completes 1 treble crochet. Next, crochet 1 treble crochet in the adjacent stitch. Crochet the stitches in brackets in the adjacent stitch. After completing, crochet 1 single crochet, 1 slip stitch. Then crochet 6 chain stitches. Then, dowel 3. Which means start at the 3rd stitch from the end. Pick up the front loop of the chain stitch. That is, the back of the chain stitch. For this strand of yarn, First crochet 4 double crochets in sequence. Then continue crocheting along section 1. K means skip a stitch. The number after it indicates how many stitches to skip. Here, skip 2 stitches, then start from the adjacent stitch, and crochet according to the form. After completing 1 large sequence is done. Then crochet another group. After completing it, join with a slip stitch to the starting single crochet. Pull tight, leave a yarn tail. Hide the yarn tail on the right side of this circle. Finally, you can use a glue stick to secure section 3 and section 2. Next, you can finish it on your own. That's how section 3 is done. Lastly, on the right side of section 2, use the corresponding color yarn to randomly embroider small segments like these. Now, let's show. Cut about 50 centimeters of the corresponding color yarn. Thread the needle. Secure it first on the wrong side. Then stitch out. Embroider randomly. Next, everyone can continue embroidering based on your preference. After finishing embroidering, weave in the ends on the wrong side. That's all for the decorations. Up to this point, we've covered everything about the cover. Next, let's learn how to make the expressions. It consists of the nose, eyes, and blush. Let's start with making the nose. The nose is made up of the nose piece and the nose tip. First, everyone refer to the form to crochet the nose piece. After completing it, embroider the nose tip on the wrong side. Now, let's show. Before sewing, hide the starting yarn tail on the right side of the fabric. Then cut about 30 centimeters of corresponding color yarn. Pull out one strand from it. Thread the needle. First, secure the yarn tail on the right side of the nose piece. Then embroider 2 horizontal line segments at a point near the edge, about 2 stitches long. Next, embroider 1 vertical line segment. Finally, weave in the ends on the right side. That's how you embroider the nose tip. Next, sew the nose piece onto rows 2-4 from the bottom of section 1. Sew it on the front side of the cover. This means the slip stitch position should face backward. Align it roughly with the dent in section 3 below. Now, let's sew. Thread the reserved yarn tail of the nose piece into the sewing needle. Then, at the corresponding position, sew the nose piece along the stitches to section 1. After sewing, weave in the ends inside the cover. That concludes the nose. Next, embroider the eyes on both sides of the nose. The eyes are embroidered in the 3rd to 4th rounds from the bottom. Embroider vertical line segments for the eyes. The quantity of the line segments is not fixed. Just make it look roughly full. Now everyone can finish this part on their own. After completing, move on to embroidering the blush. Start at the 3rd round from the bottom, with a 2-stitch interval from the nose. Use the corresponding color of yarn to embroider. Embroider 2 slightly angled line segments. Note, there's no need to separate the strands here. Now everyone can finish this part on their own. That concludes the blush. That concludes the facial expression. Next, let's learn how to make the ice cream scoop. It consists of the main body and decorative strands. The main body is started with the magic ring method. Crochet in rounds counterclockwise starting from the beginning chain. Everyone please refer to the chart first. Crochet it according to the form. After finishing, leave a yarn tail of about 30 centimeters. Then sew it onto the starting position of section 1 on the cover. Sew it slightly behind and on the right side. Make sure the side with the facial expression faces forward. Below, I will demonstrate the sewing technique. Before sewing, you can temporarily secure it with a stitch marker. Then thread the yarn tail into a sewing needle. Start by stuffing some scrap yarn for padding. Then sew it together. Insert the ice cream ball through the stitch. For the cover, pick up the surface loops and sew. Pay attention while sewing. Don't sew through the holes on the cover. When there's a little space left, add a bit more scrap yarn. Make sure it is firmly stuffed. After sewing, tie off and weave in the ends. Next, use the corresponding color yarn to embroider decorative strands on the front of the ball. Then bend it into an arc. Now, let's show. Cut about 30 centimeters of the corresponding color yarn. Hide it inside the ball. Then pull out the needle. Insert the needle again, leaving a little space. You can roughly bend it into an arc first. Don't remove the sewing needle for now. Bend the thread into the corresponding arc. And use the needle dipped in a little glue to secure it well. the ending position of the yarn tail here. If it doesn't fit properly, you can remove the needle and reinsert it. Finally, weave in the ends. That's all for the decorative strands. Up to this point, we've finished the ice cream ball. Next, let's learn how to crochet small flowers. It consists of the main part and the flower core. Start with crocheting the main part. Use the magic ring method to begin. Crochet in rounds counterclockwise from the starting point. Now, let's show. Take out the corresponding color yarn. Pull out 2 strands from it. Begin with the magic ring. Then crochet the stitches inside the parentheses. Work this round completely. After crocheting, tighten the ring. Then leave a little yarn tail and cut it off. This completes the main part of the small flower. Next, let's crochet the flower core. Again, take the corresponding color yarn. Pull out 2 strands from it. Then work 2 chain stitches for starting. Next, in the second to last stitch, crochet 1 single crochet. In the same position, make 1 slip stitch. Leave a bit of tail and fasten off yarn. This completes the flower core as well. Next, assemble the flower core with the main body. Make sure the right side of the flower core faces out. Attach it to the right side of the main body. Finally, stick the small flower onto the ice cream ball. Overlap it slightly with the decorative strands. Below, you can finish it on your own. That concludes the small flower. Next, let's crochet the chocolate with straight needles. There are 2 types, short and long stitches. Both consist of the main body and decorative strands. The crocheting method for the main body is almost identical. The only difference is the number of rounds. Both use the magic ring technique to start. Crochet in rounds counterclockwise from the starting point. Follow the chart to crochet them properly. After completing, leave about 20 centimeters of yarn tail before fastening off. Then embroider the decorative lines. Below, I will demonstrate with one of them as an example. Cut about 50 centimeters of the corresponding color yarn. Roughly secure it inside the main body. Then pull out the needle and start wrapping. At the same time, dip the sewing needle in a small amount of glue to secure it. Finally, secure the tail end properly inside the main body. This completes the decorative strands. Lastly, use the reserved yarn tails. Sew the chocolate stick onto the ice cream ball. Sew the small flowers on the back side. For the shorter ones, sew them on the left side. For the longer ones, sew them on the right side. You can also sew according to your preference. The sewing method is almost the same as for the ice cream ball. Below, you can complete it on your own. That concludes the chocolate stick section. Next, let's learn how to crochet the whipped cream. We will start from foundation chain. Crochet along the starting chain. The new stitch technique used here is the 5 double crochets into the same stitch and crochet together. Now, let's show. Take the corresponding color yarn. Start by crocheting 4 chains. Then, on the 4th chain from the hook, work a 5 double crochets into the same stitch and crochet together. First, crochet 5 double crochets. Next, release the loop. Then draw the loop through the first double crochet. Push the completed stitch forward. Secure it with a chain stitch. Continue crocheting the corresponding number of groups. After finishing, leave a 20 cm tail and cut the yarn. Then sew the cream to section 1 of the cover. Sew it on the right side of the ice cream ball. Now, let's show. Before sewing, you can use a stitch marker to secure it in place. First, sew 1 stitch to fix the beginning and ending position. Then sew the cream close to section 1 and secure it. After sewing, hide the yarn tail inside the cover. Do the same with the other yarn tail, and hide it inside the cover as well. That completes the cream. Next, let's crochet an orange. It consists of the fruit and the leaf. First, we'll learn how to crochet the fruit. We'll use the magic ring method. Crochet in rounds counterclockwise starting from the ring. The new stitch technique used here is FV double crochet increase. Now, let's show. Everyone, refer to the chart first, and complete the starting chain and the first round. I've already finished this part. Then move on to the second round. Chain 1 as the beginning chain. Start with 1 single crochet. Crochet 1/2 double crochet in the same stitch. Then work 2 double crochets into the same stitch. Begin with the first one, which is 2 double crochets in the same position. That's 2 double crochets in the same stitch. Continue and make another 2 double crochets into the same stitch in the next adjacent stitch. After completing that, crochet 1/2 double crochet in the next adjacent stitch. And then 1 single crochet. Continue following the chart to complete this round. After finishing, pull the slip stitch tight. That completes the second round. Leave a bit of tail and fasten off the yarn. Now let's crochet the third round. Start by joining the yarn. Chain 1 as the beginning chain. Work 1 slip stitch first. Then work 6 2 single crochets into the same stitch. Follow that with another slip stitch. Continue to finish this round. After completing, connect it with the first slip stitch chain. Join with a slip stitch. Pull tight. Leave about a 50 centimeters tail and cut the yarn. That completes the third round. Next, thread the reserved yarn tail into a sewing needle. Then fold the lemon along the dent. Pick up the nearby front loop. Sew it up using the whip stitch method. After sewing, leave the yarn tail for now, and don't trim it yet. Next, embroider decorative strands on the fruit. Cut about a 30 centimeters length of the corresponding color yarn. Pull out 2 strands from it. Thread them into a sewing needle. First, secure the yarn tail inside the fruit. Then, on these 2 sides, embroider 4 line segments separately, spreading them out. After finishing the embroidery, weave in the ends inside the fruit. That's it for the fruit. Now let's move on to the leaves. We will start from foundation chain, and work along the starting chain. Now, let's show. Take the corresponding color yarn. Work 3 chains first. Then, in the third chain from the hook, work a double crochet. Move on to work one chain. Then go back to the first chain. On this chain, insert the hook under both loops. And work a slip stitch. Then work 2 chains. Next, in the same insertion point as the double crochet, work a slip stitch. Finally, leave about a 15 cm tail end before cutting the yarn. That's it for the leaf. Lastly, attach the orange onto the cream. Here, you can choose to use a glue stick based on your preference. When gluing, make sure to hide the yarn tails first. Secure the fruit in place first, on the side with the curve. Fix some parts of it onto the cream. Then, attach a leaf at both the front and back of the fruit. Attach them in staggered positions. You can also decide the exact placement according to your preference. Below, I'll demonstrate the sewing method. First, thread the reserved tail of the fruit into a needle. Then transition to the sewing position. Sew close to the top of the cream. This is the part where you sew to make it stick together. Pay attention. My sample placement is random here. I'm only demonstrating the sewing technique. To make it more secure, you can also sew 1 stitch into the cover, sew 1 stitch to secure it. After sewing, weave in the ends. This way, the fruit is sewn on securely. Then sew another leaf on the front and back respectively. After sewing, hide the yarn tail. Also hide the other end of the thread. Then sew another leaf at the back. Remember, when sewing, make sure the right side is facing forward. Below, everyone can complete it on their own. That's all for the leaves. The fruit is also completed. Next, let's crochet the ears. There are 2 identical ones. Both are divided into the outer ear and inner ear. Everyone first crochets them according to the form. After crocheting, attach the inner ear with the right side, facing out onto the outer ear. Then use the tail of the yarn from the outer ear, and sew it onto the front of section 1 of the cover. That is, the side with the expression should face forward. Roughly sew together near the starting point on both sides around rounds 2 to 5. When sewing, Make sure the inner ear faces forward. Now, let's show. Thread the reserved yarn tail into a darning needle. Place the ear in the corresponding position. Then press the ending position of the ear flat, and sew it onto the cover. After sewing, weave in the ends inside the cover. That's how you sew one ear. Now sew the other ear as well. That concludes the ears. Finally, assemble the upper and lower parts together. Take the drawstring from the lower part and hook it out through the chain space where the foundation chain started on the upper part. Up to this point, we've completed the tutorial for this egg bag. If you have any questions during the process, don't hesitate to reach us via our website, Susan's Family, supporting your handwork experience, sharing the joy of life. Thank you all for watching. See you in the next episode.